At any rate, what the subject matter was of this person's call was a statement apparently made to the caller by a person who was in the caller's custody. Is that correct?
You know, we're going back to 94 or 95. I'm a
Sure.
little gray on exactly.
And you can use your own report, Exhibit 138, to refresh your recollection if that helps you.
I don't know if the person, I gathered, yes, that they had someone in custody. I don't know if this person had commented directly to the person who called me or had commented to other people within that jurisdiction, and this eventually got to my caller.
But the detective indicated that there was a person in custody who had made a statement about a Manitowoc County offense, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And what that person in custody had said was that he had committed an assault in Manitowoc County and someone else was in jail for it, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that much you're pretty sure of, correct?
Yes.
I mean, that's a significant event.
Right. That's what stood out in my mind.
Sure. And you knew by September 12, 2003, that Steven Avery is someone who had been in jail for an assault that he had been convicted of, correct? Had been in jail.
Yes.
He was recently released by
yes.
then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you gave the person the number and then attempted to transfer the call. And do you know whether the call went through to the other detective?
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't hear somebody pick up, but as soon as the phone rang, I would have hung it up.
Okay, because at that stage, again, you've given the person the contact information if he chooses to follow up, correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever make any inquiries of anybody in the Detective Bureau to find out whether they had received such a call?
No, sir.
Or did you ever hear any feedback from anybody about
No,
whether
sir.
they'd gotten such a call?
No, sir.
Okay, so that's what's going on in 2003, correct?
No,
I'm sorry, that's what's going on in 94, 95.
Yes, sir.
You then, in 2003, following the publicity that we've already discussed relating to Mr. Allen and Mr. Avery, and you're concerned that perhaps the caller that was calling was speaking about Mr. Allen and Mr. Avery, true?
I was wondering about that, yes.
Sure. You brought that up to someone else, correct?
Yes, sir.
And to whom did you bring that up?
To Lieutenant Lenk.
And you and Lieutenant Lenk had a conversation about it?
Yes, sir.
And in that conversation, is it safe to say that you told him what's reflected in Exhibit 138?
Yes, sir.
Now, there was also a conversation that followed that in which you spoke to Sheriff Peterson, correct?
Yes, sir.
And do you recall that Lieutenant Lenk was there as well?
When I spoke with Sheriff Peterson?
Yes, was he or not? Do you know?
No, he was not.
He was not. Okay. Who all was there when you talked to Sheriff Peterson? Do you remember?
I don't recall who was in the room. I remember coming into work, Sheriff Peterson was downstairs where our patrol division is, and I got the impression he was waiting for me to come into work. There were other people coming in and out of the room, but I don't recall who.
Do you know what it is that gave you the impression he was waiting for you? I mean, did he come right up to you or ask you to come with him or something?
I usually don't have contact with the sheriff, so
Okay.
That's what gave me the impression he was waiting for me.
And when you and he connected that day, what happened? I mean, did you say something to him? Did he say something to you?
No, he initiated the conversation by saying he had spoken with Lieutenant Lenk, and he felt that it would be in the best interests of Lieutenant Lenk and myself and the Sheriff's Department. I would suppose that if I was to give him a statement on the gist of our conversation or what we had discussed. And I asked for clarification on that, you know, and he goes, well, what you discussed about a telephone call that you received while you were working in the jail. And I said, okay. And before I went out on patrol, I provided this statement.